Hello, welcome back students to my channel. This is University Problem Solver and you are watching a video of course a complete guide to differential equation. So in this lecture, in previous lecture, we have started our chapter 3, that is modeling with first order differential equation, and we have done our growth and decay problems, half-life problems including carbon dating, and in the previous lectures we have covered Newton's law of cooling or warming. Now in this lecture we will cover our series circuit. So if you are new or you haven't so if you are new or you haven't subscribed my channel up till now, please go and subscribe my channel. This is very important. So for you, as I have described tips and tricks about universities exams related questions and sessions. Eh, so please go and subscribe this channel. So if you if you're watching my previous videos, so in this video we also do the same. First we will study the theory of the series circuit, and then we will do one example of the series circuit. So which series so writing starting our today's topic, and that is series circuit. SIRCUIT, series circuit. And in this circuit we will study RL and RC circuit. As we know that an RL circuit and RL series circuit, we only will solve series circuit. We saw that this is our potential V, we also denoted by E. This is our inductor L, and this is our resistor R. According to the Kirchhoff rules that state that the sum of voltage drop across the inductor and the resistor is equal to the voltage supplied by the battery. So writing this equation, so voltage drop across the inductor is L di by dt. Voltage drop across resistor is Ri, and that is equal to E of t, where L is the inductance of the inductor and R is the resistor of the capacitor, and the current, and this is the current. Represent the current, and this current is also called the response of the system, and I is also called the response, PON, as a response of the system. Similarly, this is for the RL series circuit, and we will see RC series circuit that consists of resistor and a capacitor. So same Kirchhoff rules will apply here. The voltage drop across the resistor and the capacitor will be equal to the voltage supplied by the battery. So voltage drop across the resistor, that is resistor, and that is capacitor. It is voltage drop across the resistor is Ri. Voltage drop across the capacitor is Q by C, and that is equal to the voltage supplied by the battery, that is E of t. So we know that I is equal to the dq by dt. So r dq by dt plus 1 by cq is equal to E of t. In these, so you have found this equation and you have found this equation. These equations will be used up to that point. In previous equations we have two constants. The one is k, that is constant of proportionality, another is c, that is constant of integration. To find the value of these we need two conditions, initial value conditions. So but in these equations we will have only one constant, that is constant of integration. So we need only one condition to solve this equation. So let's do an example to make the things clear. So it says that a 12-volt battery is connected to a series current in which the inductance is 1 by 2 Henry and the resistance is 10 ohms. Determine the current I if the initial current is 0. So the condition is given that initial current at time is equal to 0. Initial current is also 0. This is the condition given. What is further given is that the battery is our 12 volt, our inductance is 1 by 2 Henry, and resistance is 10 ohms. So using this equation, putting the value of these constants into this equation, we can easily find the value of current. Let's see. So our inductance is 1 by 2, and that is di by dt, and our resistance is 10 ohms. 10 I is equal to our battery of 12 volt. So Now as you can see that this is simple first order linear equation. So if you do not know how to solve linear equation, I have put lectures on these of in exercise 2.3. You can go and watch these lectures. Now this equation is very easy. We the application is up to that point where we have to find the equation up to and from this onward we have done our work previously, and we will use those methods. So our first step is to make it in the standard form, that is di by dt plus 20I is equal to 24. We should make the coefficient of di by dt 1, and after that we have to identify our p of t, and that is in this case is 20. Now taking the integration of p of t, so integration of 20 dt is 20t. So what is our integration factor? Our integration factor is e raised to the power 20t. Now multiply the integration factor by the whole equation. So our left hand side become d by dt e raised to the power 20t into our dependent variable, in this case is I, and our right hand side will become 24 e raised to the power 20t. If you do not know how I write this step, please go and watch my lecture of exercise 2.3 to make things clear. Now integration of both the sides, the next step. So this will cancel, it is equal to e 20t dot I is equal to, so integration of e, here is dt is also, so integration of e raised to the power t is e raised to the power 2 divided by the derivative of 20t. So 24 is constant divided by 20, and e raised to the power 20t is as it is plus constant of integration. Now we have to find the value. I divide whole equation by e raised to the power 20t. So I is equal to 24 by 20 plus c e raised to the power minus 20t. As we have initial condition that at current is 0 when time is 0, putting these values in this equation we can find the value of c. So our c will become minus 6 by 5. Putting, I have just replaced the value of I0 and put T0, so my C value is minus 6 by 5. This is very simple step. If you have still requires explanation, please let me know in the comment section. So put the value of C into this equation. So my final answer is, so simplifying this will become 6 by 5 minus 6 by 5 and e raised to the power minus 20t. So this is our final answer. This is the current in the given circuit. So this is the last question of chapter 3. So we have solved our chapter 3 up till now. If you have any confusion of from the whole chapters, or if you want me to solve more questions about these topics, please let me know in the comment section. Furthermore, these questions are looking very easy when I am solving, but when you will solve these questions, become very difficult, but will become easy for you if you practice a lot. So practice questions from the exercises and from the examples and from these lectures, so this will become very easy. So only one tip for the mathematics students is that if you want good grades, you need practice. So practice. And finally, in the next lecture we will start our chapter 4, that is higher order, how to solve higher order differential equations. That is also very interesting topic, and I am very exciting to teach the chapter 4, because this is my favorite chapter. So please subscribe this channel if you have not subscribed the channel. Thank you.